Today we are going to start extension of the SQL that is called PLSQL, Procedural Language Extension for SQL, PLSQL. PLSQL. Now everyone knows, already have an idea, SQL is a language is there. But SQL language is a what? You are observing or not? Non-procedural language. This is a non-procedural, don't write, non-procedural language. In this non-procedural language through, just we are submitting some statements, either insert, either update, either delete, either select. Some statements are there. No? Those statements we are submitting into the server. Then automatically whatever output you want, only whatever requirement you want, then they're achieving only. How those statements are processed also, you don't have an idea. We cannot control. That is a declarative language. That is a non-procedural language. And also in SQL, our non-procedural language means, suppose here you are a procedural language programmer, C, Java, .NET programmer, you have an idea. Variables, you have an idea. No? That variables also not there in your non-procedural language SQL. Again, in a conditional constructs, if conditions, some conditions constructs we are writing means impossible. Again, here loops, maybe in a way normal language, C language, Java, .NET, Python, these languages side, control statements are there, loops, that is also not there. That's why SQL is a non-procedural language. That is, procedural language concepts are not available. But unfortunately, these type of conditional construct, complex logics you want, otherwise these type of control statements you want, then another language is there. What is that one means? Procedural language. What is PLSQL means? Nothing is there. That is an extension of the SQL, nothing simple. Now here, extension of the SQL. But unfortunately, yes, procedural language concepts they are embedded only. Procedural language concepts they're embedded. Procedural language concepts means these type of concepts, variables, conditions, loops, so many things are there. Whenever procedural language concepts they're embedded means, what is the advantage? What is the advantage means? That's why PLSQL is a what? Procedural language extension for SQL also. What is the purpose of PLSQL means? Application based language, this one. Application based language. Applications. We are implementing applications. Applications based language, this one. What is the application based language? Actually, so now here, suppose you want to design applications for the user screens, suppose OTP generation, OTP validation, so many things are there. No? There's a captcha, generation, these type of user screens I want to generate. In that case, suppose a specific logic you want to develop means compulsory, we are using a what? So now here, yes, here, PLSQL. Whenever user screens are there, either Java, either .NET, either Python, any specific logic we are implementing means a database side, you have to implement a specific logic for those applications in a backend. Compulsory, we are using a what? A PLSQL. Compulsory, 100%. That's why what is the PLSQL advantage means, it is used to design applications such as building user screens or creating backend logic for web pages. Suppose you are a first time newcomer, for example. Maybe so many fellows are Java developers are there, for example. Those persons are very good knowledge in a way JDBC, otherwise ADO.NET in a way .NET application programmers. These persons are here interacting with the what? Database. Suppose here in a database, there is a Oracle, for example. Oracle like this. Observe here, Oracle database. Now here actually, if you want to improve performance, a specific logic for the where this type of front-end application, they're using a what? Procedural PLSQL language here. Okay, don't worry. Now in this case, how they are interacting means, suppose here, now here, observe here. Suppose banking applications are there, just they are sending a what, some bank account number. For example, one employee, one deposit holder or account holder, account number they are passing, for example. Okay, input parameter, input, okay. Whenever they are sending a what, this input to the where, okay, son of here in a banking application, and now here, then corresponding account name and okay, so now that so now here name of the account holder and balance, those details I want to send it back into where this application. How can we implement that one? Means here in a project side, always here procedures they're writing here. Procedure is a concept is there in a PLSQL. Don't worry. Here create or replace procedure, something is there. Here, okay, so now here this procedure they are calling a what here in a front end application in a Java, .NET, Python, these type of applications like this. Here, whatever you are sending a what, this data is received by the where this procedure in parameter is there. In input is a parameter. Some parameters are there. We are learning that codings in a practical. Don't worry. Once it will be okay, so input given to the where that one, some coding is there. Here you are writing in a PLSQL internal logic side only. Based on that one, here out is a parameters are there. Here some out parameters means storing a what, some data from the database. Those out parameters return the values into where your client application like this. Or maybe account holder name, okay, my name for example, what is the balance, like this only it will be written out. That's why always through the occasion of some application specific logic through some code through we are interacting with the what this front end applications. Suppose so many applications, for example, are now here you are a Java developer, for example. Okay, fine. You are sending a what some department number, for example. Here multiple records are there. For example, multiple records are available in this 10th department, for example. This is a what a database, Oracle database is there. Here, multiple records are there in a where within a database. These records I want to return into where your front-end application here like this. Okay. These persons only catching, these persons only displaying a what that data means. How can I? Yes, here procedure is there. Within the procedure, here out is a parameter is there. This out parameter ref cursors they are passing. There are multiple records written into where some details, multiple records written into where these front-end Java, Python, okay, .NET, these applications, it will be written. How it is possible means you are writing a what application specific coding only. Okay, for example, already some batches going on in a PLSQL. Here, ref cursor is a concept is there really. Now observe here. This is a what ref cursors is a concept is there in a where PLSQL side. In that one, they are creating a what? Yes, here procedures. Observe here, passing ref cursor as an out parameter. This is the way they are creating a procedures. Within the procedures, out parameter, they are referring a what? Ref cursor, something is there. They're writing some piece of coding in a database. These details are written into where your client application. That much powerful. These type of some of your applications, how you are developing means compulsory in every database, not only Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, Sybase, every database also procedural language is there. In that one, some coding we are writing only. Through that coding only written a what some data into where in a client application. Yeah, similar concepts are there. Like this. That's why always okay, that is application based language only. Specific logic you are implementing for the user screens or web applications. Yes, they are using a what procedural language extension for SQL. Okay, fine. But this is most powerful. Why? Because you are controlling. Suppose here SQL means you are not controlling here. This is a server is there. SQL statements we are submitting means we cannot control individual records. Suppose here 1 lakh records are there. Okay, so now in that table 1 lakh records are there. 500th record I want to control means how can I in a SQL? Just we are submitting a what some query. That's all. You cannot control. But unfortunately, in a procedural language means, suppose here 1 crore records are there, exact 1000th record, duplicate, all the 1 crore records are duplicate also, exact 1000th record position I want to, so now control means how can I, just those records we are putting into where some other place only, that is called cursor is there. Within this separate memory area, we are controlling, we are writing the program, we are controlling individual records, that much powerful actually. That's why so many applications are there, functions, procedures, triggers, packages, so many things. That's practical knowledge is there, then you are understandable. That's why PLSQL is a most powerful language. That's why nowadays, anybody applying a what, any jobs in a where PLSQL developer is a job, separate designation also there. Anybody having a gap 2 years or anything or 2.5 or anything, so many fellows are applying award jobs in a company side PLSQL developer. Okay, why? Because this is so much a powerful language. That language, okay, uses whenever you are good at what practically you are understandable. That's why always PLSQL is an application based language only. We are building a what a logic, specific logic for the where a front end applications. And also in SQL language side, SQL language side, always some statements we are submitting, how it is working, nobody knows, and it will be written a what, okay, some output only. But in a PLSQL, just we are only developer only controlling a what, the total server only internal. How can I, what is that one means, I will tell you, but unfortunately, screen observe it. Oracle, so many versions are there. Oracle 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 1.0 also there. Okay, so many versions are there. PLSQL first initial stage, that is not there. Only Oracle 6.0 is a version is there. In that 6.0 version onwards, this PLSQL is available. Procedure language extension for SQL is available. Little bit of coding, not a difficult coding, little bit of coding. How and what is that one means, I will tell you those all the things only. Okay. First, at least a small theory, write it. Then at least block structure. Today we are telling demo classes now. Now write it. PLSQL, write it something. PLSQL is an procedural language. Procedural language extension. Extension for SQL. PLSQL is a procedural language extension for SQL. PLSQL, write it. PLSQL is an application based language. Application based means applications we are implementing. Application based language. That is, it is used to, what is application based means? That is, it is used to design applications, such as, so many applications are there, such as building user screens or creating backend logic for web pages. PLSQL, so many, write it. PLSQL can be integrated with Java front-end application, Java.NET, Python, PHP languages, To create complex logic. To create complex logic. PLSQL, write it small. PLSQL deals with large volumes of data using functions, procedures, triggers, packages, control structures. Control structures. But unfortunately, one of these days, SQL versus PLSQL, I will tell you. Okay, I'm not explaining over today because some knowledge is required. Or maybe difference is there, how it will be processed, or maybe in a SQL means a single individual statements it will be processed. But unfortunately, PLSQL means some coding, a block of some of your statements, it will be processed at a time. That will reduce a network traffic and improve the performance. And exception handling, we are handling for the where end user side, that those type of exception handling not available in SQL. Those all the things, some knowledge is there means then you are understandable. Up to that one, not required. Those all the things only. Just first, or maybe PLSQL means procedural language extension for SQL. Now screen up. But in our course, observe here. In our course, what we are learning in a PLSQL means, observe here. This is a syllabus there. Use syllabus. Okay, PLSQL. Now check it out. Don't write it. Only one minute observe here. Actually, first introduction part we are telling only in a first chapter. After now, we are not starting only. Suppose selecting into class is there next onwards. Very, very important here. Something is there. Bind variables, conditional, control statement. Those all the things are available. This is the first important, smallest introduction only. Okay, so in that one, so many things we are learning. Basic level. What is that one? How can I write a coding? Those are all the things on. Now, once you are good at those concepts, then very, very, very important concept in a way, suppose you are SQL server, you are learning also, DB2 you are learning also, Sybase you are learning also, any database you are learning also within a procedural language. Cursor is a concept is there. This is the most powerful, very, 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 very important. Is a cursor, implicit cursor, explicit cursor, some concepts are there. Okay, don't worry. Cursor is a separate memory area. Once we are putting data into that memory area, we are also controlling individual records. How can I miss? We are learning. Don't worry. A cursor is a concept is there. Big chapter. We are learning. Not only that one, observe it here. Yes, here. Next only, maybe in a C++, Java, .NET programmers are there. Those persons are well-known persons. Handling a runtime errors, they're handling only try, catch, throw, finally blocks are there or not. Same like here also, exception handling mechanism is there. Runtime errors we are handling only. How can I exceptions, predefined, user defined, something only we are learning. Okay, this is a big chapter. Once you are good at these first 3 chapters, then only we are learning very, 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 very important. Every Java, .NET, Python, every programmer also must familiar. Stored procedures is a concept is there. Yes, a program. Stored procedures is a concept is there. In this one only, here some parameters, so many concepts are available in parameter, out parameter, in out parameter, how you are passing data from Java, .NET, Python into where database, how it will be written values from the where database, what is out parameter, how can I interact with the front end to back end, like this one, so many things are there, a big concept, stored procedures. Without stored procedures, there is no projects. Either web-based application, otherwise application specific based application related to database means compulsory stored procedure. This part is most powerful. Okay. How we are writing what procedures we are learning. Okay, fine. Yes, here stored functions also some concept is there. Okay. Suppose you are a PLSQL developer, you are attending interview, when to use procedures, when to use functions, something only they're telling. Here triggers, okay, triggers, we are controlling what triggers means automatically execute that coding is there. So now here, those are all the things we are telling, okay, big applications actually. Now here packages, these are fundamental. Suppose here anybody first time newcomer, front-end language programmers wants to interact with the what database means in a company side, web-based applications they are developing means in this first 5 chapter side, they want to learn what compulsory more clearly stored procedure. This is important. Suppose you are not a Java, you are not a .NET, you are not a PHP, those type of programmers, you are only applying a what in a Oracle apps ERP side. Otherwise, PLSQL developers, some fellows or jobs they are applying only. Those persons not only this basic fundamental, but also yes, here I'm designing those persons purpose advanced concepts. Types are used in a package. Some concepts are there most powerful. This onwards here pure PLSQL developers are it only. What the collections are there, index table, nested table, VRA like this only. Then performance tuning concepts are there, bulk bind, some concepts are there. Then RIP cursors also maybe Java .NET developers are well-known persons and aware out parameter. That one. Okay, this is advanced guys. Here local subprograms are available like this. Then here UTL file packages, we are storing a data into files, and again we are retrieving data, external tables, SQL loaders. This file handling mechanism is there like this. And now here then in a Java.NET programmer storing a what? Yes, here images into where database, LOBs, some concept, BLOB, CLOB, something is there or not? Yes, you are right. That's why these type of so many concepts we are learning in a where in a PLSQL. Here observed here, these type of so many things are there. Here observed here. This coding, don't worry, it's a small business logic only, simple. Through the that business logic, we are controlling a what something only. Here procedures, functions, here like this we are writing some piece of coding. There is not a difficult coding, everyone understandable, basic level knowledge through easily understandable. But first today what I am telling, okay fine, just a small fundamental small idea I'm telling only, that is better. Then only tomorrow onwards we are starting practically those are all the things one by one we are understandable, don't worry. Actually, PLSQL is a what? Basically, they are giving a what? Procedure language extension for SQL also is a PLSQL basically is a what? A block structured programming language. This is important. Today, what is block structure? Which sections under which concepts we are using? That is better to know. First time, no? Yes, here, what is the vocation block structure means? Some particular sections are there. In that particular sections, particular concepts we are using. Actually, in the olden days also, nowadays maybe occasion of here, yes, mainframe systems are there. Okay, maybe your seniors, your relatives are working in those mainframe system. In that one also, one language is there. Academic career side also, those languages are there. Whenever I am studying in where okay, those days only in the olden days. Okay, in that case, COBOL is a language is there. That is also block structured language. That is identification division, working storage section, environment division, okay, data division. Some sections are there in a particular section, particular concept we are using only. Same like here nowadays, powerful block structured programming language is PLSQL is a block structured programming language. This is also powerful language. And now here in that particular sections, particular concepts we are using, then only working. What is that one means? I will tell you first only. And now here slowly observe it here. Now, small theory, write it. Next para. Next para, write it. Oracle, write it small theory. Oracle 6.0. 6.0 version is there, don't worry. Oracle 6.0 introduced. Oracle 6.0 introduced PLSQL. Oracle 6.0 introduced PLSQL. PLSQL is a language. PLSQL. Basically, PLSQL is an block structured programming language. Block structured programming language. Now, once we are submitting a what that PLSQL block, SQL statements are executed separately, PLSQL statements are executed separately, SQL engine, PLSQL engine, those are all the things we are learning. Don't worry. Okay, demo side, small thing I'm telling only today. Those are all the things I'm not telling. Just at least block structure I'm telling today. And now check it out. Concentrate here. At least you are a first time newcomer. Means what is this block structure? You must familiar. Now slowly observe it here. What is the block structure means? Slowly. Don't write it. Don't write it anything. Just observe it here. In this structure only, we are writing what some coding, or after the some coding after, or maybe what is the difference between SQL and PLSQL also you are understandable based on some knowledge. Okay. Otherwise, without any knowledge, I'm telling all the things also no use. Now check it out. Concentrate here. What is the block structure? Means nothing is there. A programmatic way I'm telling. First observe it here. Actually, now here, some keywords are there, some blocks are there. Don't write it here. Actually, declare is a keyword is there. Don't write it either capital, either small, anything also. And now here, declare is a keyword is there. Again, another keyword is what? Begin is a keyword is there. Don't write it here. Just something is there. Again, here, exception is a keyword is there. Exception is a keyword. And also, end is a keyword is there. Observe it here. Here, declare keyword after. Okay, so now declare keyword after, there is no semicolon. Begin keyword after, there is no semicolon. Exception keyword after, there is no semicolon. End after, semicolon is available. This declare, begin, exception, end, some keywords through. Here, we are writing a what? Coding only. Here in this gap only, we are writing a what? Coding. That is called block structure. This is called block. This is called block only, one block only. That's why one program we are writing means 4 keywords we are writing only. In that keywords only some coding we are writing means then automatically through that coding only we are controlling a server. How and what is that one? Practically we are learning. Don't worry. And now actually observe here. Declare keyword is not a mandatory. You are not using a what? A declare keyword also. Your PLSQL programs are working. That's why this is optional. Don't write it. Just observe it here. This is optional. Daily we are writing means you are understandable. Don't worry. Here, begin is a keyword. This is a mandatory. Compulsory we are writing a what? Here, begin keyword when we are writing a what? PLSQL blocks. Okay, fine. Again, exception keyword is an optional. And now here, whenever necessary, whenever we are handling a what? Runtime errors, then we are using a what? Exception keyword. Again, end is a what? A mandatory. End is a what? A mandatory keyword. Okay, fine. That's why PLSQL you are writing means some programs are there. Okay, don't worry. And now here, one of these stays only. Don't write it. Here, now check it out. Observe it here. One of these stays, I am also here also writing a what? Some programs. Don't write here. One of these stays you are familiar. Now check it out. Later. Okay, fine. Declare something only. I will tell you how can I write what is that one means one of the stages only. I'm telling now check it out. Here some codings we are writing only. What is this codings? Why we are writing only? How we are retrieving the data from the database? Those are all the things I will tell you. Don't worry. And now here these are all the things in our course side we are learning. No? Yes, this type of coding is there. This is called block structure. Observe here block structure. Some block we are writing. Declare, begin. Okay, something is there. But here in this case, all the keywords are not required. Just here, only begin is a keyword. And now here, yes, here. And now end is a keyword you are writing also. There's a PLSQL block. Observe here. Begin keyword I'm writing. End keyword I'm writing. Remaining I'm not writing also. That is a what? So now here begin and end is a mandatory keywords. But declare when it will be, exception when it will be. I will tell you. Okay, now that's why 4 keywords are there. Declare, begin, exception, end only. Within those keywords under here, some coding we are writing. This type of structure is called block structure only. Now within this block structure, slowly observe here, declare to begin, some gap is there. No, here we are writing a coding only. This is called declare section. This is called what? Declare section is a terminology. Now here, yes, here, don't write it. This is called declare section. Under a declare section, some coding we are writing. Which coding, what is that one? I will tell you, don't worry. Here begin to exception, some gap is there. No, this is also called as executable section. This part is also called as executable section. Executable section only. In this executable section, which concepts we are writing, how we are controlling the server, I will tell you, don't worry. Again, exception to end is some part is there. This is called exception section. This is called what? Exception section only. In this block structure, terminology also important. And now here again I'm repeating. Observe here. This part is called declare section. This part is called executable section. This part is called exception section. Okay, fine. Now check it out. Concentrate here. Observe here. Observe here. In a declare section, what we can do? That is important. Slowly observe here. In the declare section, we are declaring a what? Variables. Same like a C++, but Java language, variables are there. Why variables are required means this is a database, table is there. Okay, fine. This is our Oracle database. Here table is there. This table data we are retrieving first. Okay, fine. This data we are storing into where? Yes, here variables, arrays, so many things are there. In the once the data is retrieved from database into where these variables, same like a what normal language programs, we are controlling a what this okay server based on these variables, conditions, control statement like that one. That's why here declare section, in a declare section we are declaring a what variables. We are declaring, don't write it, observe here. We are declaring variables. How can I declare a variables? What how we are retrieving the data from table? That is tomorrow onwards we are starting. Don't worry, just here. That's why first directly I'm telling a fundamental. Now declaring variables we are using, variable declarations we are using. Now here variable declarations or declaring a variable anything also. Variable declaration. Something is there. How can I means we are learning? Don't worry. Okay, fine. Comma here. Cursors is a concept is there. Big memory area we are declaring. Cursors declarations are there. Again here another one is user defined exceptions declarations are there. These are all the things we are learning in a way practically. User defined exceptions. Up to now exceptions, so many things you don't have an idea. And now here in a declare section, here variable declarations, cursors, user defined exceptions, we are writing only codings. What is that one? Where we are writing, how we are writing, those all the things we are learning only. And now here, check it out here. Some codings are there. Observe here, declare keyword is there. No, in another batch students are there writing only in a monitor cursor something only, variable declaration something. Why we are using those all the things I will tell you. Okay, fine, don't worry. Not a big coding, a very easiest coding only. What is going on? You are familiar means you are also telling. That's why variable declaration something is there. Cursors you don't have an idea also. Cursor declarations or user defined exceptions. These type of things you require means then we go for declare section. Okay, na? Yeah. Now observe here in executable section, in a begin and end, what we can do means always here, this is SQL related concepts we are learning. We are using only, so don't write it. And now here, check it out. SQL engine, SQL engine, something is there. Now slowly observe here, at least first time newcomer, you are understandable. Observe here. Anybody having idea SQL language means SQL can be divided into so many sub languages you are familiar, I think in SQL language programmers. In that SQL, this is a key concept. Observe here. In this SQL language only, some commands are there. DDL, some commands. Again, DML, some commands. Again here, TCL, some commands. Again, DCL, some commands. Observe here, DCL, some commands. And also select statement is there. Okay, so not directly. So much of time select statement we are using only. Now here, observe here. These are regularly using concepts in a very SQL language. Can we use these all the concepts in a where in a PLSQL? No. So now here some restrictions are there. Observe here. Which concepts we are allowed to use in a PLSQL block, which concepts we are not allowed to use. Just roughly I'm telling you what today. And now check it out. Observe here. Maybe DDL means maybe SQL programmer, maybe little bit of knowledge is required in SQL. Okay, na? So now here create, alter, drop, truncate, rename, something is there or not. Some commands are there. Again, DML means insert, update, delete, merge. Some DML commands everyone knows. Insert, update, delete. Okay, merge. Some commands are there. Okay, fine. Again, here in a TCL means commit, rollback, save point. Some commands are there. Commit here, rollback, save point. Something is there. Okay, fine. Everyone knows here. Save point. Something is there. Okay, fine. Again, here DCL means grant, revoke. Some commands are there. Everyone knows. Okay, these are every SQL programming, SQL languages side. These fundamental concepts, they well-known persons. Everyone. Suppose slowly observe here. These okay SQL related concept I try to use in a PLSQL block. In internally PLSQL engine is there. SQL engines are there. Next we are learning. Don't worry. Now, I suppose I try to use a DDL, maybe guess it, anybody in our class guessing also great. Academic career set, some PLSQL fundamental, they have an idea. That's why I'm asking only. Now, can we use these DDL statements in a PLSQL? Possible or not possible? Anybody? Very good. Impossible. Impossible. You are trying to write, create, alter, drop, truncate, rename, impossible in this executable section or PLSQL block anywhere also. In executable section, there is SQL related concepts. Don't worry. DDL statements impossible. You are trying to begin and end. We are trying to create table, alter something. We are writing this. It won't work. If you want to execute those DDL statements in a PLSQL block, dynamic SQL, some other thing is there. After PLSQL, we are learning a dynamic SQL also. That's why DDL statements we are not allowed to use in a PLSQL block. Again, can we use DML statements? Yes, possible. Insert, update, delete, merge, these commands, DMLs possible. Can we use a TCL statements? Commit, rollback, save point? Yes, possible. Commit, rollback, save point, these type of things possible. But in a trigger side, some problem is there. I will tell you. Don't worry. Again, can we use hello, 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 hello. Now it is audible. Hello, hello, hello. Some network problem is occurred. Okay. Yes, up to DML statement, your DDL, DML, I'm telling that is visible. Okay, in a previous case. Yes. Now, which concepts we are using in a where in executable section? Anybody? Now here in a previous case, I'm telling only. So now here, are you listening that one? Audible that one? Yes, in executable section, which commands we are using only? Now here, tell me. Now here, suppose here DDL SQL statements are there. DDL, here DML is there. Here TCL is there. Here DCL is there. Okay, some commands are there. DCL and also select statement is there. I'm telling only in a previous case. Observe here. Now, can we use a what? These DDL statements in an executable section possible or not possible? Create, alter, drop, truncate only not possible. Can we use a DML statements? Yes, possible. Can we use a TCL statement, commit, rollback, and save point? Yes, possible. Can we use a DCL statement, grant, revoke, and vocation of grant, revoke those commands? Impossible. Again, can we use a what? Select statement directly? Impossible. That's why only DML and TCL we are allowed to use. Suppose DDL, create, alter, drop, truncate, we are allowed to use, means a dynamic SQL language we are using only. That much important. That's why here in executable section, what is the SQL related concepts we are using means DML statements we are allowed to use. DML statements. DML statements also we are allowed to use, comma. TCL, DML means insert, update, delete, okay, so merge statements are there. Again, TCL statement, transaction control language is there, commit, rollback, save point, those statements we are allowed to, so now here use only. Okay, DML, DDL, TCL means SQL commands, don't worry, okay, na? Yes, here, these statements also we are allowed to use only, okay, na? Statements. Not allowed to use a what? A DDL, okay, na? Yes, here. Now check it out, and now observe it here, observe it here. DML and TCL statements. Again, here, observe it here. In your executable section, in a begin and end, here, another statements are there. What is that one means? Select into clause is there. Select into clause. This is a new concept only. In a tomorrow onwards, once we are starting a what sessions means we are learning only these all the things. Select into clauses we are using. Select into some into is some other clause is there. Don't worry. In SQL that is not there. Select into clauses are using in a where in a executable section. Not only that one, here conditional statements are there. If conditions, case statement, something is there, that is called conditional statements. Here we are writing. Not only that one, control statements we are writing. Loops we are writing only. Control statements we are writing only in a where PLSQL executable section. Every statement ends with semicolon. Here semicolon is there. Here semicolon is there. Here semicolon is there, like this. Here semicolons. Okay. Yes, here. After begin keyword, after declare keyword, semicolon is not there. In declare section, whatever you are writing, executable section, whatever you are writing, that is semicolons are there. In exception section, what we are writing means runtime errors. We are handling a what? A runtime errors in exception. That's why here handle runtime errors. Runtime errors we are handling in a where in exception section only. This is the way. This is called block structure. This block structure daily we are writing a coding. Once we are starting a practically tomorrow onwards we are starting. No, yes, here first class tomorrow onwards we are starting. In that one you are understandable only. Okay, na practically write it this one. This block structure, write it today at least first time, no, small concept. Write it this block structure. This block structure, write it. Some idea. Then once we are submitting this block, in this block, SQL statements are executed separately in SQL engine. Procedural statement execute, okay, procedural statement separately executed in PLSQL engine. There is PLSQL architecture is there. One of these stages you are there. At least basic idea purpose, right? Declare. These are called block structure. Anybody SQL classes programmers are there? Don't pay again. Okay, yeah, already this. Oracle course means SQL and PLSQL both. Anybody already previous students are there in SQL classes who are attending an PLSQL, don't pay again. Okay, yeah. Finished. Now tomorrow onwards, we are starting about this PLSQL first class only. Just this is a demo, no small idea. Okay, block structure is there. Just small thing I'm telling you. Okay, yeah. Oh, maybe something there. Once we are starting up practically, you are understanding. Or anybody doesn't know SQL means don't join this one on. Okay, yeah, some fellows are I don't know SQL how. Okay, impossible. Okay. SQL little bit of knowledge is required, at least basic knowledge. Okay, yeah. Previous students are there. Yes, those persons not a problem. Okay. Or in a JavaScript, those persons are not a problem. Understandable PLSQL. But in a Java, .NET, PHP, in a front-end developers also procedures compulsory they are learning. Procedure is a concept is there no in a PLSQL that is 100% compulsory. They must familiar. Otherwise, they are unable to handle the projects. Impossible. Okay, na? Yeah. Now tomorrow onwards, we are starting about this PLSQL practical. Okay, na? 5 o'clock, same ID one. Thank you for attending this small introduction part. Tomorrow I will tell you. Okay, na? Yeah. Tomorrow we are starting only that. Okay, na? Tomorrow onwards we will continue. Tomorrow is the first class only. How it will be working? What is that one? I will tell. SQL classes already I am telling no in a way one of this previous Saturday.